Before we get into this video, say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Like, I genuinely don't know how to say thank you enough for this. I just like crocheting, and I was like, maybe I'll record it. And then I recorded it, and I enjoyed doing that, and I enjoyed the editing process a lot. That was just as much fun. And I didn't know what to do with them, so I made a YouTube channel and I posted them, but I was just gonna keep them private. And I had quite a few at that point built up. And then my boyfriend's like, just post it, why not? See what happens. And so I did. And I didn't expect to get a single subscriber. I was just doing it for fun. I didn't think they were great. I still don't think they're the best. I'm working on it. I'm just enjoying myself. So I just have to say thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I have had a few of you reach out and say that I've helped you and just leave lovely comments. And I just have to say thank you. I cannot stop saying thank you or express how like thankful I am for every single one of you. But yeah, that's I just wanted to pop in here and say that before I started the video. But yes, thank every single one of you so much. And I hope you enjoy this video too. In today's video, we're going to be working on part 1 of 5, maybe even 6 videos where I'm going to be making different squares. And the end result is we're going to put them all together to make a sweater vest. Or you can put them together and make whatever you want. A sweater, a bag, whatever you want. But I'm going to be making a fun and wacky sweater vest of just different kinds of squares. And there are different themes for each video. This one's theme is just kind of just regular granny squares. We're gonna have this kind of like flower one. And these ones are blocked. These ones have not been blocked yet. So these ones will be as big as these ones once they get blocked. But these are the color combinations I came up with. You can do whatever you want. Actually, I lied on the amount of videos because I forgot that that strawberry set of videos is also going to be on the sweater vest as well. But for the granny squares, I just have this black and white, pink and purple, yellow and blue, and then I have 2 together that make a rainbow. So we've got the cool tones and the warm tones, 2 different pinks, and then just the 4 little separate ones. And then I have this flower one as well. So again, you can do whatever combination of squares you want. Because after doing the strawberry ones, I've thought, ooh, that would be so cute if I had just a strawberry vest. So I'll probably do that at a different time. But in this first one, I'm going to be showing you how to, because I came up with a little trick. And it might not be a little trick. This might be really common for other people. You can't really see it on the back of them. But instead of doing a square, cutting the string, and having to weave in a lot of ends, I end up carrying this in a way that it just works out really nice. So I'm going to show you my little trick for that on this, and then I'm only going to show it to you once because there's multiple squares like that. I'm going to show you the pattern for this one, and then for this as well. And then after that, you can just make all of these different squares from what I show you. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into it because I have been yapping for way too long. And I'm going to be using a 5mm hook for all of these. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the black. On things that I plan on wearing or things that are going to be washed, instead of going around my finger once, I like to go twice because that kind of self weaves in your end a little bit, and then I weave it in more later. But one of the things I was doing was, instead of chaining 3 and using that as one of my double crochets and then immediately doing 2 double crochets, I'm going to chain 5. And I'm going to show you why here in a minute. So 3 of those chains is going to count as a double crochet, and then 2 of them is going to count as a corner. So I'm going to immediately go in and do a double crochet. And I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. And I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to do 3 double crochets. And I'm going to chain 2 again and do 3 more double crochets. All right, so that has 3 sides. I'm going to chain 2 and I'm going to do 2 double crochets. ahead and pull this closed. And then making sure there are 2 left over, and then into that 3rd stitch, I'm gonna go in and close it up. And I just noticed doing this, multiple things. One is it makes the corner where you started less gappy, because I was noticing before when I did it where I did the 3 chains to count as a double crochet and immediately did 2 double crochets and then worked my way around and then did the 2 chains and then connected. It just, the gap was huge for some reason. And this way it just works out and it looks much better, I think. And then also for the little trick I'm going to show you, having it right here in the corner works out best. So I've just went ahead and chained 2 to kind of hold it in its spot. I'm going to go into this corner. And again, I don't think I invented this at all. I've just never seen someone do it like this. And when you're doing just 2 colors, or maybe even if you're doing 3 colors, you could potentially skip 2 rows with this and it could work. It's so nice not having to weave in a whole bunch of ends. And on the back, like I said, like I guess you can kind of see it right here. So it's a little peek into what we're going to be doing in the back. But I'm going to go ahead and chain 3. And then do my 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. And then before I go any further, I do want to go ahead and say every single one of these squares from both the strawberry video we did previously, this video, and all the ones after, counting the corners, because there's 2 chains in each corner, so one of those is going to be for one side on each. You want there to be 16 spots to sew in. So you have 12 with these, 13, 14. And so between these 2, I chain 1. So it was 15, 16. So there are 16 on each side. I hope that makes sense. I hope. Anyway, back to this. So now that I am over here next to this, I'm just going to go in here, kind of over this, and do a double crochet, and then moving this out of the way into the back. I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. And now in the back, this is just kind of hanging out. Chain 2, and I'm just going to finish off this and meet you back here, because I'm sure you know how to do a granny square by now. So I have done my last set, so I'm going to go ahead and go in here and slip stitch, and then I'm just going to chain 2 and pull out a little bit of a tail. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to go into this corner. I'm going to see how far it takes for this to meet. So I think usually 1 or 2 stitches for this should be fine. Okay, so I might go ahead and do 1. So I'm going to undo 1, so it's just 1 chain in the back, pull this up, and then chain 3. So that's just come across here, and I didn't have to cut anything. I'm not gonna have to weave anything in, and then I'll just do my 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets, and again, this is not sorry, I can't speak. This is not bulky at all. Like this, like if I was to close my eyes, like I can't tell, like this isn't bulky at all. I don't know if maybe turning it to the side, like it's not an issue. And this may look a bit odd, but once we finish off this one and we connect, like you're not gonna be able to see that at all. As you can tell in this one, like you can't tell where any of that was. And it looks like we did one here and we did one here. But on the side, you can't tell. And it's just so nice because when I get done and show you what all we have to weave in, it's so minimal and it's so fast and it's so nice for all of my lazy people out there that don't want to weave in ends. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this and meet you back here. Because again, it's just a regular granny square at that point. And we've gotten to this one, and what I do is it'll kind of lean more to one side of, I don't know, the hole, this spot, just like the other one did where I did 1 double crochet on one side and 2 on the other. So since this side's more open, I'm going to do 2 double crochets on this side, move this over, and then do 1 double crochet on this side. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And move it over in the back and do 1 on this side. And then it's just kind of poking out there in the middle. And then I'm just going to finish this up. And then once you're done, you'll just, as normal, go into the next spot and slip stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and chain 2 and cut a tail. Because that's the last time we'll be using the black. Now back to the white. I'll be going in here, undoing one of those chains, pulling that through, and then chaining 3. And then on the areas right before you get to a corner or right after you finish a corner as well, you'll chain 1 and then you'll go into that corner. So essentially the middle 2 between them, no chain, but we're doing a chain here and here. I'm going to chain 2, finish the corner. So remember, before and after a corner we're chaining. So we did this 3, we chained, we did the corner. We just got done with the corner, so we're gonna chain, and we're gonna do the next set. And then no chain between these 2. And we're just doing those chains to add an extra loop because again, we want it to be 16 on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the square and I will be right back. And then once you finish with that, I'll just go in there, slip stitch, chain 2, pull out a tail, and cut the string. And normally, like with the rainbow ones, you would have to weave in, like I said, I don't have to flip them over, you'd have to weave in the start, which is the middle one on this, and then where you ended the yellow, and then where you started the orange and ended the orange, so you'd have 2, 4, 6, 8 ends to weave in, which is a lot. But with these, the middle one, which is super easy on all of them, so that one doesn't really count, but then you just have, you just have this one, and this one, so you have 3, 4, so you have half as many to weave in if you do it this way, which is so nice. So yeah, you're gonna do that same thing we just did in these colorways, or again, if you don't want to recreate this exactly, you can do whatever color combinations you want. And remember, this one has been blocked, these ones have not, so they will change a decent amount once you block them. But yeah, whatever color combinations you want, go ahead and do that here. And then I did the 2 rainbow like this. You can invert the colors so it's pink, red, orange, yellow if you want, and same with this one. But that's what we need for that, and just pretend these ends are weaved in. Wow, that was so fast. And that's all you need for that. And then the next one is going to be these, which on these ones you don't actually end up having to do a chain between anything, because you have the 12 for these two, the 12 for these two, and then the corner 13, 14, and then these corners 15, 16. So it ends up being 16 without the slip stitches. So you will just do 4 little whatever color combos you want. These are the color combos I did. I just thought it was cute, and then I just did like this really fun green that I have on the edges, which I also use to sew them together, but I just did kind of an invisible-ish stitch, so you can't really tell. A little bit in the middle. But yeah, that is what I did on that. I'm trying to decide if I should show, because like it's really easy. Like you don't even have to do the border if you want. You can do whatever you want with this one. But yeah, just the middle ones is regular, the outer border is regular, and then just plop them together. Super easy on that one. And then the kind of tutorial for this one, which I'm going to be changing the colors up a bit, because I found this other green I have that I really like. So I'm going to go get that and I'll be right back. So I found this kind of lime green, which I thought went up a little better with the kind of brighter colors I'm using here. I do wish I had a brighter orange, but for now, this is what I have. So this is what I'm going to be using. Because again, this project was to, 1, just create a bunch of fun squares, and 2, kind of do a little bit of stash busting. I know right now I'm showing you like full things, but it's mostly to stash bust some of the colors that I don't have a lot of, and I just need to do something with them. So that's what I'm doing with this project. So to get started on this, I'm going to take the yellow, do a magic circle, chain 3, and then do 11 double crochets, and that chain 3 is going to count as one of them, so it's technically going to be 12. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off all 11 of my double crochets, and I'll be right back. And now that I'm done with that, go ahead and pull that through. So I've 11 double crochets, and then that chain 3 counts as one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and slip stitch into that 3rd chain. I'm gonna chain 2, and I'm gonna cut a tail. Then I'm going to take the orange, I'm going to go in, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm just going to pull up. So it's going to be 1, this is going to be 2, 3, I believe I just did 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do it like that. And then I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to go into the next one. I'm going to go over, 1, 2, 3. And you can do more if you want it to be a bit puffier. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to keep doing this all the way around until I have 12 of these poofs. Chain 2, and then into the top of the next one, slip stitch, and then chain 2 as always, and pull out a tail. And this is what it should look like so far. You get the pink. And then you're going to chain 3. You're going to go around the hook twice. You're going to go through twice, leaving a loop on there. Around twice. And then you're going to pull through all 3. And then you're going to chain 2. And then for the next one, you're just going to immediately go around twice. So you're doing a treble, but you're only pulling it through twice, kind of like a double crochet. That way you can leave one of the loops on the hook. And now you'll have 4 on there, which you'll have for the remainder of the circle. Pull through all 4. And then chain 2. going to keep going around like that for the remainder of the project, and I'll meet you back on this side. And now that we're in the end, I'm going to go ahead and chain the last two and go into the top of the first one. Slip stitch, chain two, and cut a tail. And it's going to be kind of balled up like this. The other one was like that as well, but once you block it, as you can see, it'll lay perfectly flat. And now I'm going to take the green, so I'm going to start right here. I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in that same spot. This green is quite fun with this pink. Right. And just like the other ones, or just like the black and white one, we're going to do, before we go into a corner, we're going to do chain 1, and then we're going to go into a corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and then finish off the last set of 3 double crochets in that corner. And then since we're finishing off a corner, we're going to chain 1, go into our next set of 3. And then our next set of 3. And then we're going into our next corner, so we're going to chain 1, go into the next spot, do a set of 3, chain 2, and then another set of 3 into the same spot. And we're leaving a corner, so chain 1. And then another set of 3, and we're going to keep doing this all the way around. Now we're done with the square, so I'm going to go ahead and go into this last spot, slip stitch, and then chain 2. And then right now it is looking kind of crazy, and it will until it gets blocked. I'm really liking this this green honestly better than the other one. The other one looks nice. I've just personal preference. I quite like this green. And also I know some of these squares look very like stretched out and thin, but this was the first round of blocking. What I like to do is I like to block whenever I'm making squares or something like that for a project, I like to block them. And then after I get everything sewn together, then especially if I'm not using like a super soft acrylic, like for example, this one is the I Love This Yarn brand, which is a very, very soft acrylic. Like I would wear this as a sweater without a t-shirt on underneath. Like it is so soft, so soft. But for some of them that aren't as soft, since I do have a couple colors like that mixed into this sweater, just a couple here and there, or even with the I Love This brand, or I Love This Yarn brand, I would still do it just to kind of get everything cohesive, and it'll kind of shrink this back up and make it look a little better. Is once everything's sewn together, I will fill my sink with hot water, or a bucket with hot water, and soak the project in there. And then I will pour either hair conditioner or fabric softener. I've found through trial and error myself, not that I've like done any significant testing, I just feel like personally I've noticed that the hair conditioner does work much better. So I just go and get like some cheap like 50-cent conditioner that like has a very light scent, or if I can find any without any scent, then I will do that route as well. And I will do that, and I'll let it soak for anywhere from 30 minutes to about 2 hours, and then I will do the process of taking the project out, wringing it out, and I will rinse it with lukewarm water as long as I can, and then I'll fill that bucket up again with the lukewarm water, swish it around in there, dump that out, squeeze all the water out, and then I will start my very strenuous process of repeating all that basically again, but with cold water. I'll rinse the project out with cold water, fill the bucket up, squish it around, squeeze it, take it out, wring it out, and I'll keep doing that until the water runs clear, which usually takes 2 or 3 times. It ends up being worth it because the project looks and feels amazing after that. I'll even do it with some of my cotton ones because depending on what I'm making. Like the I Love This brand yarns, cotton is super soft compared to Lily Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream, which Peaches and Cream and Lily Sugar and Cream are good for projects where you need structure. But if you happen to be using that because you like the color but you need it soft like this brand's cotton, then doing that same process also works very well. But again, I also like just doing it on projects that are already soft to just give everything a nice, almost like I'm blocking everything together, because when everything's blocked individually and separate, like let me take some of my other some of my other squares that are blocked separately, like they're both blocked and they fit together, but once you get them sewn together and it's kind of wonky, it's not gonna line up the best. So I like to, I like to block it again and just get everything really cohesive. I'll hang it up to dry and it just looks so much nicer after that. But yeah, I have not weaved the ends on this yet because I've just been blabbering about blocking projects for probably like 5 minutes now. So sorry about that. But yeah, that's what that looks like. Yeah, I'm really liking this green a lot. This green doesn't look bad. This is a nice green. I think I prefer this one. But again, this project was similar looking to this one until I stretched it out. So we'll see after I do that. But yeah, this is, I'm missing some squares. Oh, here they are. So we got the 2 rainbow, just to remind you what you need for this project. And again, you can do whatever color combo you want. This is what I'm making. I'm making 2 rainbow. I'm doing the cool tones and the warm tones. I am doing a few color blocks like this. I have 2 different pinks, yellow and blue, pink and purple, the flower one. Again, sorry, this is another one like these ones. And then just a set of 4. And that is what I'm doing for this video. And then in the next video, we're going to, let me take a look, because I have to make 25 squares for this sweater. So they're going to be 25 different squares. I mean, they may be moderately similar like these ones were, but they'll still be different. So for the next one, actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. I want it to be a surprise. So yes. And also, so I have this video, and then I have a couple other videos of the different squares, because I kind of have them done in sets, like how they're kind of moderately similar. And then I will finish off the last video being putting these squares together for the sweater and revealing what the sweater looks like. However, that video might not come out, unfortunately, until after Halloween, because next month I'm going to be doing a countdown to October, hopefully. Like, I'm 98% sure I will be doing a countdown to October with some fun projects and videos. I'm super excited. I can't wait for you guys to see them. It's gonna be so fun. And if you can't tell, October is my favorite month. It's also my birth month. So I feel like it's a good excuse for me to be like, it's my favorite month. But no, I'm so excited to get started on those projects and for you to see what I have planned for that. But yeah, the 25-day countdown to October, there will be a video every single day for 25 days. Again, 98% sure I'm going to be doing that, but stay tuned for that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, sorry to be blabbering so much. I am just so excited, as I keep saying. That's what I wanted to show you today. So if there's something in the video I missed or something you didn't see too well or I didn't explain too well, please feel free to reach out in the comment section below and ask any questions you might have. Or if you don't want to ask your question in a public setting, you can also contact me on Instagram. I will have that linked in the description box. If you have not done so already, don't forget to subscribe, especially if you're looking forward to the series of this video set all the way up, leading all the way up to the sweater, or if you're just excited for Halloween and you want to see the series I have planned for that, because it is going to be so much fun, I promise. Also, please leave a comment letting me know what you'd like to see next, or for any future videos or projects or any patterns you may want, or just leave a comment letting me know what you're currently working on, because I know I love watching videos like this while I crochet, so just please let me know what you're working on. I'm nosy and I want to know. And with all that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.